Hello everyone, Manathrall here. Welcome back to another RuneScape video. This is actually just going to be a hardcore update video. Actually already on my hardcore account, so that is one thing to start out with. Now, the last time I was about, right around 1500 with my total level. Now I'm almost at 1600. Since there, what has actually changed and what hasn't changed. And what I actually started to do was take my set some alarms within the game settings themselves, or is it interface? But you can actually set it in here where you can show reset timers on game clock, and then you could toggle favorite clock alarm. So what this does is when it gets close to time for my favorite stuff that I have selected to actually be reset, it'll actually give out a kind of a loud, high-pitched ding. Not overbearing or too high-pitched that's going to hurt your eardrums, well, depending on your volume, but it'll let me know when it gets within 5 minutes of the shooting star and 5 minutes of the big Chinchompa, which is actually very useful. If you're not familiar with the big Chinchompa, if you hate Hunter with a fiery passion, I would recommend doing the big Chinchompa, because you can get a lot of XP twice a day, and it will really, really speed things up for you. But if you have been paying attention to a lot of my quest guides, I also consider them to be hardcore episodes because it is my hardcore account doing these quests. Now there has been a few quest guides that are kind of a little as far as video quality goes. That's because my computer does need to be upgraded, and I've been saying about it for a little while now, but each time I go to upgrade it, there's been some sort of issue, and now all the issues are just being scrapped, and pretty much everything's being replaced except for the hard drive. But, so what we're going to be doing here, as you can see, my quest points have been going up. I have a lot more things unlocked. Mini games. I don't do the troll invasion until the very end of the month. God statues, I kind of do them whenever. It doesn't really matter to me. I can only get 4 out of 5 because I can't get to the Elven City yet. And Tears of Guthics, I usually wait until as close as I can until the end. And if you remember, if you've seen Norn, the Tears of Guthics episode for the quest guide, you'll notice that I said about how you can make a better bowl eventually, which is the Ornate Bowl. But you have to have level 80 in mining and crafting in order to make it. Now I'm going for level 80 crafting regardless because of invention, and I'm going for 99s and everything, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But what this means is, it even tells you right here in the minigame section, if you highlight Tears of Guthics, it'll tell you right there. And if you want to highlight something as a favorite, okay, the big Chinchompa, I have one more game I can do today, so it's still showing. But you'll notice in the top right up here, you can actually select a star, and that'll be your favorites. So now, it's actually displayed right there. And what I like to do with the big Chinchompa, instead of just going for straight up XP for all those reward tokens you get, I actually like to get the Swamp Tar. And why do I get the Swamp Tar? Because of all the Guam, all the Maritil, and all like Harlander, all the low level herbs. And it's a great way to actually get a lot of XP from those lower herbs without making crap potions that you'll probably never use. So that's why I do that. Because then you can make the ammunition for the lizards, which then later on you can disassemble into parts. So it's a lot better to me to do it that way than to just make junk potions that you'll never use and might get a lot of junk components from. But otherwise, you'll see I'm about almost 1600 for my total level combat. I'll do some combat here while I talk about everything. My smithing is actually getting pretty close to being ready for Invention. Divination, I'm not worried too much about because it is very easy to train. That's why you'll see the bonus XP is going into smithing right now. And once smithing is ready within a certain range, all that bonus XP is then going to be going into crafting, which is soon going to be getting a lot easier because I'm able to fight stronger and better creatures. And as you'll see, I'm level 66 Slayer now. Or my last video, I think I might have been around level 50, but ever since I got the stuff that I need to, keep progressing through it, it has really jumped up. So, as far as gear goes, right now I'm using Black Dragon Hide. I do have the Ava's accumulator now, so that is kind of nice. You'll also notice that when it comes time to fighting the drop worms, I'm not fighting the mature ones. I'm just fighting the, regular drop worms. And the reason for that being is Royal Bolts. And if you think about it, okay, these drop Royal Bolts. The mature ones do not drop the Royal Bolts. And what can a hardcore account get for level 80 ammunition? Royal Bolts. And what do they use for level 80 weapon until you can get Ascensions? Chaotic. Chaotic can use the Royal Bolts. So it's something to kind of try to keep in mind. I meant to actually do that. In time I do want to have the pouch that I can just have, so I can just cast, my high alchemy as often as I want without having to have 2 spots being taken up for runes. I find it rather annoying. But you'll also see that my combat level is 97. It's nearly 100, so I do have to soon start working on getting Shiloh's village quest done. They gotta be able to get into there so I can get the new Slayer Master. Now, I'm not too overly concerned because I do need to catch up a little bit on my melee stats before I get into that. Right now, my main thing is my magic level. That is really high. So I'm actually getting prepared to the point where once that hits 80, I'll be able to start doing boss battles with this account. And that's because I will now have capability of buying the Chaotic Staff, which I will use for the Burrs Brothers. And once I hit the Burrs Brothers, I can go in there and just slap the crap out of them with magic. I know it might not be the best bet, but for my level and what I can get, it is actually the best bet. I'm not really sure what else to tell you. I mean, my stats are coming along pretty good. The quest points are coming up pretty good, solid. I have a lot of dailies being done. My melee armor consists of just a regular rune. I do have a dragon medium helm now, which I just got from a fire giant. After this grot worm, I'm going to go to Edgeville and I'm going to show you guys actually my bank so far for this account. I know it's probably not the most encouraged thing to do is showing off your bank, but I feel like since I'm actually doing an update video on my hardcore account, I should probably show you guys so far what I've been accumulating. Now you'll take notice in the bottom right here, I actually have almost 700k gold on my hardcore account as well. So that's actually really good news. Which, the reason why that's good news is because you really need to save up a lot of money to be able to get the second and final extra life. In time, I hope they do release it so you can get even more extra lives. But I will understand if they do not do that. So, I will need to enter, yep. I don't operate off of a regular bank pin. But okay, let's deposit some of this stuff so there's less clutter over here. As you can see, I do have some organization to my bank. However, once the new bank rework gets completed, it'll be even better yet. I am actually thoroughly excited for that. Okay, so the very first tab for me is always just the whatever kind of tab. This is where I'll throw stuff for like quests or from collecting on the Ark. I'll just throw it in here. Occasionally I'll take it and I'll sell it to the Ark shops. Certain quest items, I have a quest tab, I forgot to put that in that. Eventually Diango will be a thing, so I can actually get rid of all this stuff. And then again, you know, more whatever type stuff. I got a searfish, so that can go up there with that stuff. Occasionally I'll just let an aura or two sit in here if they have no real impressive usage. Okay, so for my combat category, I have my different types of fish that I use, or health type items. Which I didn't realize I do have a raw shark, so that is actually really good news. Because that means I can do the Fremennik trials. But I do have bottle of wines. They actually heal for 1500, so I do keep them. All different types of ammunition, just in case for down the road. I collect things. Long story short, that's what I do. I collect things. The enchanted gem, not really a big use, but I'm just holding on to it because I did get it for free. But I have my other things here. Safety gloves are no longer an issue. Fighting boots are no longer a thing, so you can go to the quest category. Bronze crossbow, that can actually go over there. Again, another bronze crossbow. Just a little bit of cleaning up. Greater Poison Purge, it's something that's actually useful. War Priest of Tusca, I'm going to put that in my invention slot, but it's not going to actually get disassembled for a while. Silverlight stays there for now. As you can see, I do have different things. I do keep my maple shield bow yet, just in case I need a shield bow, because I mean, I'm using the Gravite bow, which is better. It's just, I want to keep that in case I need a shield while I'm ranging. Okay, otherwise, you know, you got your Witchwood icons, you know, a bunch of different things. Chisel, that goes into the disassembly. I got a bunch of rune scimitars. I know it's not a lot to some people, but for an Iron Man, that ain't too bad. Considering the fact I can just barely start fighting things that can start dropping that. I did get lucky at the Turoth when I got an offhand leaf-bladed sword. I got full Mystic, well, full blue Mystic anyway. That's coming along pretty good. I do fight them occasionally, but I just collect the meme things if I get them. Otherwise, you know, I have a decent collection of runes going. I always withdraw all but one. This way, well, I don't plan on dying anyway, so... But I have a bunch of rune essence. My Wicked Hood, I still don't have any other pieces of the Wicked stuff, but that will change in time. I do have some collected stuff. That belongs over here. For like pages and this stuff right here, which will be used later on whenever I start doing the like temple trekking. I'll be taking this along so I can actually heal those people instead of using the thin snails. That's just a lot faster and it takes up one slot. And here you'll see my crafting area is actually coming along better and better. Again, I like to keep things, to me, it's pretty organized. There is some more stuff that's going to be organized here down the road. Arc Journal, that can actually go into that. But I started getting key halves now too, so that's really good news. Divination I usually have mixed in with this because of making sign of the borders. Up next, this is the one that's kind of a rambled mess. You have a little bit of fletching here in the beginning, then it goes into summoning, and then it goes into different types of seeds I get, which go on for quite a while, different types of produces I make, and the weeds, and then some cooking here for the bread dough. smithing. Since I'm keeping fletching stuff up here, I do actually want to put that up there with it. This way it's all in the same area and I don't have to worry too much about that. Eventually, whenever they do make the bank rework and heads live, every single skill is going to have its own tab. So you can see this is actually coming along pretty good though, overall. I do have some golden eggs actually, the golden tuna eggs. Different types of logs. I do have the headhunters stuff forming. My herb lord tab, which is starting to come along. I usually keep it along with the bones, I don't know why. But that's just what I do. And, you know, different types of secondaries, different types of potions. So that's actually, you know, coming along actually pretty decently. I try to keep things organized this way, same types are together. This is my inventions tab. Now, pretty much everything and anything I won't be using anymore goes into this tab. Any drops I carry back go into this tab also. So pretty much there's a lot of stuff in here. There's actually starting to get more and more room. There's jewelry. But there's jewelry I need to actually enchant. So that can actually go back into that category. Because I would not disassemble any type of jewelry until it's enchanted. Because that'll actually give it the extra added bonus of having that enchanted stuff perk. Well, not enchanted perk, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, it actually will have more potential results than as if you were to just, you know, disassemble the basic sapphire amulet, let's say. There is a quest tab. And I do that just for all the old quest items. I throw them in there. I save them all. How people worry about space, I have no freaking clue. Then I have a treasure trails one, which I'll collect all the different treasure trail type items I'll need, and then put them together. And eventually, I'm start completing more and more clues. So right now, I'm restricted because of questing. So that'll actually do it for this. You got to see the different types of stuff I have, how I have my layout. So that'll do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.